Hello, guys. Welcome to this live stream. Today at the Birb Nest and our trading congress, we're very excited to be speaking with Ferrum NetVRk and talk about the countless projects and innovations that they have in store. It's very exciting and potentially very profitable. And we also have a giveaway. A very special giveaway from Ferrum. So you'll get a secret code for that. So please stay tuned. But first, a message from our partners.
PrimeXBT is the most powerful trading platform offering immediate access to over 30 assets. Trade cryptocurrencies, Forex, commodities, stock indices, and much more, all from a single Bitcoin settled account. Visit the link below and start trading on PrimeXBT in minutes.
Ferrum NetVRk is an interoperable DeFi ecosystem offering token pre-sales, staking as a service, project incubation, and much more. Visit thebirbnest.com/Ferrum. Globe is an upcoming crypto derivatives exchange offering up to 100 times leverage on crypto and DeFi perpetual contracts. Sign up for early rewards at thebirbnest.com/Globe. Radix is the first Layer 1 protocol built specifically to serve DeFi. More information at thebirbnest.com/Radix. YFDAI is democratizing finance by creating the most secure, transparent, and user-friendly ecosystem of DeFi products. To learn more, visit thebirbnest.com/YFDAI. All right. So we're joined today. So I'm Crypto Penguin. Nice to meet you. And joined today by my co-host Crypto Herc and our special guest, Ian Friend, the co-founder and COO of Ferrum NetVRk. Hello there, Ian.
Hey guys, happy to be here.
I'm not sure if you're aware, Ian, but Ferrum NetVRk was actually our we used to have a Birb Nest bulletin where we would feature a hidden gem. So back in January 2020, our gem was actually Ferrum NetVRk, and way back then, you guys were doing banking the unbanked in West Africa, first Cootie, and you've come a lot. You've come a long way since then. You have so many things happening right now. I mean, I tune into your Twitter. I missed one day, and then I missed like 4 or 5 different huge things happening. So please, go ahead and introduce Ferrum NetVRk. Tell us, what you guys are up to, what you guys have in store for us. I'm very excited to talk to you.
Well, thank you so much, Penguin. That certainly brings it back. Yeah, I want to thank you guys for supporting us for really all these years now. I consider you guys true partners and true friends of the project, and we're really thrilled to be on here, and it's great to work with you guys as always. But since January 2020, Ferrum has grown into what I call a DeFi ecosystem. We have 4 or 5 profitable businesses centered around various DeFi products, staking as a service, anti-bot technology, and of course, the thing that people probably are most excited to hear about is our incubator, which has launched a number of very profitable and high quality projects. And I'm happy to say that three of the upcoming ones, and actually 2 upcoming ones, and one of the early ones are coming on your show in a few minutes here. But Ferrum does a whole lot. We have many products, tens of thousands of users, many lines of business. I mean, the team has grown tremendously. But the thing we're focused on most primarily now is the incubations, and that's largely because this is what we're in a bull market. This is what the users and the community wants. And we're just in a fortunate place to be able to bring out excellent projects and share those with our community.
Right. So you talk about your incubation. So I think you call that Ferrum Advisory Services, right? Could you go over, you've had so many home runs, right? It's fair to say. But I mean, how do you find them? How do you pick them? How are you able to do that?
Yes, well, we've been fortunate to have been able to attract a number of very strong projects to Ferrum Advisory Services, our incubator. look, it's a testament to those teams and those projects. They've brought themselves to where they are today. But I like to think Ferrum has played a significant role in their success. And you ask, how do we choose projects? Well, we get approached by dozens of projects a week, and we have to turn down most due to the fact that we only have limited bandwidth. Despite we have a large team, but there's only so much we can do. We look for a few things, right? We look for, first and foremost, a strong team with a track record of previous success in startups, some experience or hopefully a lot of experience in the world of crypto. And then there's a lot of intangibles around the team too. I mean, how hardworking they are. What's their vision? Are they able to execute quickly? These are all things that we found are key indicators of success in a market that moves, frankly, very fast. You have to be able to identify market opportunities and capture them quickly. That's what we've seen. The best projects we've incubated, that's what they've managed to do, and so that's what we look for. So it's a lot of intangibles, but there are some indicators that we look at, and then how do we help them become successful? Well, there's a lot of projects out there that are incubators or more commonly launch pads. I think there's a gap in the market though for incubators that are truly hands-on, truly long-term mindset, willing to support the team over the course of many months up to a year. And because we have this long-term approach, we're sort of able to add value in places that maybe others can't. So that's the core difference, I think, and the core value proposition. But there's a lot of things that go into it. The technology we provide to these projects, staking as a service, for instance, anti-bot technology to prevent their launches from being sniped by bot snipers who want to pump and dump on the community. Token bridge that we're about to launch. So there's a lot that we do on the tech side. Of course, marketing support. We're connected to almost everybody in the industry. So if they want a partnership or if they're looking for a particular launch pad or exchange listing, we're able to facilitate that. But I think at its core, it's that long-term mindset and hands-on approach that we really put forth to these projects. So it's worked out thus far, and we're happy with the results, but certainly not satisfied. There's a lot more coming, and I think NetVRk and Flourishing Capital, two projects that are on your show and we're about to launch in the next few weeks or a month, are gonna really wow people as well. I'm super excited for them.
And like the most, and I like the most recent update that you have, that you are going to lower the threshold of your tokens that someone have to hold to access your pre-sales.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because there are a lot of these launch pads, right? You buy the token, you hold it, you get in there, but it's dog eat dog, right? If you're slow, if you send with too little gas or whatever, you're not going to get that allocation. But what you have with Ferrum is, if you're holding a certain level of tokens, right, you get guaranteed access. So you don't have to go fighting to get to the head of the queue to get your allocation. So can you talk a little bit about like what the public needs to do in order to get their share of those pre-sales?
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head when you talked about the problems with some of these other incubators or launch pads. They're mostly first come, first serve. And so you have to be in front of your computer at the exact right time, do the exact transaction that's needed to get in. And most people don't get in, frankly, right, with first come, first serve. Our approach is different. I mean, we understand that folks can't be in front of a computer 24/7. People have lives, and yet they still want to invest in promising early stage tech startups. And so our system was devised with those kind of people in mind. So basically how it works is you hold a threshold amount of Ferrum in your Unifier wallet, which is the Ferrum mobile wallet. We recently lowered that requirement. It was 50,000 Ferrum, and then we recently lowered it to 25,000 Ferrum and 0.2 Ferrum X. In order to this actually might be a little old information here that'll be updated soon, but in order to get in, you still need to hold. It's about $12,000 at today's price, about $12,000 worth of Ferrum, and you have 36 hours to complete the process with the pledge form, and another 36 hours completed with the contribution form. So it's really stress-free. It's easy. You hold your Ferrum, you get access. Pretty much everyone really everyone who holds that amount gets in because it's so easy. And we want to keep it that way. But we're happy to say that we did just lower it to provide access to even more people, because we understand, look, not everyone can afford, 50,000 Ferrum. It's not a small amount of money. So we want to be appealing to a wide audience and be inclusive. And I think we've managed to achieve that with the structure, which we're always, revisiting and trying to improve. But that's basically it. It's easy. You hold your Ferrum, you get in, you support these projects, you find some gems, you get involved with their communities. It's really a win-win for everybody, and we're really proud of what we've done so far with it.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds to some people it might sound like a lot, but maybe you could get it into other launch pads with a smaller amount of tokens in your wallet. But if you get in and you can't get any pre-sales at all for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and what's your time worth, right? So, I mean, this guaranteed allocation is really great. So I think it's really worth looking into if you want to get into these pre-sales. So talking about pre-sales, one of the Ferrum Advisory Service projects that we have is Flourishing Capital. So we're joined today by, let me get them in here, Eric and Will, Eric Gonzalez and Will Perron, the founders of Flourishing Capital. Hi, Eric and Will.
Hey guys, it's great to be here with the Birb Nest community. Thank you so much for having us.
Could you tell us a little bit about what Flourishing Capital is? What do you do?
Mm-hmm. Sure. In a simple phrase, it's artificial intelligence-based crypto investment for everyone. I like to say sometimes for mere humans like me. What it does is it provides for it's a platform that basically runs blockchain analysis, through deep learning inference, and really comes up with sort of predictions and probabilities around where tokens are going, whether the market is bearish or bullish, all to support crypto traders who want to rebalance their portfolio and really kind of treat their crypto assets portfolio in a way that maximizes risk-adjusted returns. So we're super excited about this because at one point I was a crypto noob and I got wrecked, right? I needed something like this. And look, if you're new, you probably need something like this because you just don't have the tools that everybody else has who's kind of a crypto pro. You don't know what to watch. You don't know where wallet flows are going. You don't have all that information. I wish I had something like this when I got started. So my challenge is no more wreck noobs,
So it sounds a bit, and it sounds like a solution which is more convenient for the retail investors.
It's a solution for anybody who wants to trade in crypto, but yes, it really has sort of a strong emphasis on retail, and it really is a big boon because it'll actually tell newbies, there's a 50% chance that your token will hit this price in the next 4 hours, or 75% chance it'll hit this price in the next 24 hours. It's really detailed based on that deep, learning inference blockchain analysis. So we're really excited, but it's also really good for pros too, because even if you're a pro, you kind of want to take the emotion out of trading to make sure that you are adjusting your portfolio properly based on data.
So is your product going to be just for centralized exchanges? Are you going to work with DeFi, or how does it work?
No, so DEXs are a very strong part of our roadmap in terms of expanding what we've already got. We've already got our hooks into a number of DEXs, Uniswap and Binance Smart BSC. as well, and we're going to expand upon that. But we also serve some centralized exchanges as well. So we're trying to get this out to as many parties as we possibly can here. So coming to an exchange near you, whether that's DeFi or centralized.
Garrett, and in terms of the product, I guess maybe it's still early, but have you run any tests on the returns that the customers should expect? Is it how does it work, the algorithm? Will you have different algorithms based on a risk assessment, let's say?
I think Will's trying to speak on mute. There you go.
Sorry about
there you
that.
go, buddy.
I muted myself.
It's okay.
So we have a number of different modes based off of your what you want to accomplish as an investor. Some people are more long-term oriented. Some people are more short-term oriented. Some people care about the fiat value of their crypto. Some people don't. Some people want to trade on margin. Some people don't. So there's a lot of different preferences that we've seen among our clients, and the returns are going to be different based off of the different settings. So for example, for myself, and I've been using this product since the beginning. I originally wrote this for my own portfolio and had to be convinced to open it up to other people. It was originally just my own private thing. So my own portfolio is up 10% in the past month in Bitcoin, as well as 10% in fiat. And that's just my own personal settings that I have. And this is also due to Bitcoin's sideways movement, right? So 10% on Bitcoin is also equivalent to about 10% in fiat over the past month of time. But for example, different accounts like Eric has different settings. He's done about 300, 350% in the past year, something like that. Where am I at?
That's not bad.
I'm about 400% in the past year myself. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying that that's not a bad return at all.
Thank you.
So what you see here, what we're looking at here on the screen here, Flourishing Capital, whole Bitcoin. What is this? What is this based off of?
Mm-hmm.
So this chart represents, let's say you picked a random point in time and said, I want to buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin at this time. What happens here is, okay, well, what would have happened to that $10,000 if you just held Bitcoin versus investing that in the bot with the kind of starter settings? We start you on a kind of neutral setting that is semi-conservative. And it's an example of how your account would grow over that period of time. It's hard to craft like every possible different setting and every different mode and every different time span with every type of market like that. You know, we've had people request this type of information, and it's just so much data to represent that we chose to simplify it like this.
Yeah, makes sense. And actually, it sounds very exciting solution. And as you mentioned, there will be settings that the user can select and determine the risk. One question I have, since this is based on artificial intelligence, I guess you will have some machine learning where the algorithm will learn from the from the price action of the specific asset, right?
Absolutely right.
Go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, it's okay. So thank you. You're absolutely right, Hercules. There's two things to this. Number one, the algorithm learns from its mistakes and also constantly questions itself as to whether it's making the right predictions or not. Like it's constantly sort of testing its own assumptions. That's very different than a lot of the set it and forget it simple bots out there. There's just no comparison, right? The other thing that I think is really interesting about this is there are a lot of portfolio strategy automation tools out there. So you kind of log in, you load them up, and then all of a sudden you start to realize that, yes, you can automate your strategy, but what should that strategy be, right? We actually provide you guidance based on that machine learning as well. So you're right, it constantly learns from its mistakes and its successes. and it is forward in providing real, hard analytical data and sort of proportional type suggestions as to where it thinks the market is going or each token is going as well. So it's real, tangible, actionable advice.
Got it. And we have a relevant question by a friend. Is it only based on historical, price, he means, or also fundamentals?
It's based on a lot of stuff. We have a whole big data infrastructure that's built out that is collecting ridiculous amounts of data, not just pricing data, but it's like all of the order books of every exchanges, exchange pings and exchange network congestion, blockchain data, like which wallets are correlated with price tops and price bottoms, market sentiment, trends like social media, like all kinds of stuff we're collecting and analyzing all the time.
All of the above.
Yeah, very interesting. And let's say I want to, if I don't know if the questions are difficult, but let's say I join Flourishing Capital and I want to start investing. Are you going to provide some backtesting tools based on the settings that I select?
We currently don't. It's an interesting idea. Backtesting, that could be a whole rabbit hole of a conversation, honestly, because there is some validity to backtesting, but it's not the end all be all of we think that it did this performance historically, therefore the future performance is going to be exactly the same. And it's a common logical fallacy to make that type of assumption. So we could provide the type of tools that would show you like, okay, if you ran it backwards, but you ultimately don't really know what the future of the market will be, like forecasting forward very far that way. So that's why, I've kind of shied away from showing that type of data to people.
I used to work with a lot of product managers, and that's why the ideas.
Well, with other types of stochastics in time series, you can analyze it in this kind of way where you can find seasonality and things like that, but the markets are different than doing, for example, ad impressions analytics. Just it doesn't work the same way. The stochastic curve is not the same.
I think a lot of portfolio tools sort of give you back tests and go, here you go, look at how successful we are, right? Then market conditions changed, and now your excellent back test looks terrible going forward in the future. So the key there is, we'll give you sort of where the history lies, right? But then the key is, is the historical trend that you saw in the past parallel or in line with what you're experiencing in the future, right? That's a hard nut to crack, and that's one that the PHI system has actually cracked for us. We're seeing consistent, whether it's looking at historical trends or whether it's looking at forward-looking, they all tend to match up, right? And that's really the key. That's what gives you sort of that persistence, that feeling that actually I've deployed a strategy that is really smart. So we're working on some tools there, Hercules, you're right. But really what we want to do is bridge that and say, look, what you expected is kind of what you're getting going forward. Really, really powerful.
Makes sense. So tell us a bit about the future. What should we expect by Flourishing Capital in the next few weeks, in the next few months? Dave scrolled down a bit on your website. We saw the roadmap, but it would be great to hear it from you.
You got it. So Will, keep me honest. Let me know if I missed anything. But right now, our algorithm is on version 1.0. We're going to start expanding upon that, adding additional layers of Bayesian analysis and those sorts of things. In addition to that, some of the things that we're going to work on bolstering are things like margin trading, additional options trading, derivatives, support for issuing NFTs, and then this bridging service between centralized exchanges and DEXs. We've already started working on that, but it's something that's in progress right now and actually should be coming forward here over, I would say Q2, Q3 of 2021. And then some of the things we're looking at beyond that are things like automated yield farming. And then also, because we track wallets, that's part of the analysis that the AI performs, is really tracking wallet and looking at flows, and it derives some of its decisions based on that. Because we're tracking those wallets, we can also provide support for things like under collateralized DeFi loans. So that's an interesting segment. And there's a few other things on the horizon that we're not quite ready to release yet, but stay tuned. It's really going to blow people's minds. We're super
Sounds exciting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sounds exciting. At this point, I would like to pass the ball to Ian, and I want to ask him, what is it, Ian, that you like about Flourishing Capital?
Well, I'm glad you asked, and I don't know if folks heard what I was talking about earlier when you guys asked me, what do we look for in projects that incubate? I mean, it's the team, and I hope people realize how stellar of a team this is. I just want to provide a little bit of insights into the sort of behind the scenes of what goes on during sort of our incubations. You know, I spend a lot of hours on the phone with Eric and Will every week, which I love. So I've got to know them really well. And what amazes me is their ability to quickly identify, okay, what do we need to do to advance this private? So what do we need to do to advance this launch? What do we need to do to make sure the token performs well at launch? And so we talk about things like, okay, how do we reformulate the bot so we can easily use it to attract partners, right? And one thing that I was absolutely amazed by, we had this discussion, and literally a day later, Will and the dev team had already built this solution for Ferrum token with all this data, all this news related to Ferrum. It's like, wow, we just talked about this like 12 hours ago. Same thing with the DEX discussion. We were like, look, the market's DeFi. We love that you're plugged into Binance. You know, you're in Bittrex, but the market's bigger now. The market's Uniswap now. So, a day or two later, they were like, yeah, we got the roadmap down. We're integrating with DEXs. This is exactly how it's going to look. Unbelievable. So, just want to provide some insights. This team is top notch. And look, when folks decide to invest in something, it's not just, okay, is there a working product and what's the utility? I mean, that's super important. No one's doubting that. But where is it going to be in 2 years? And this is the kind of team that I'm extremely confident can steer this ship in 2, 5, 10 years from now. It's going to be even bigger and much more successful than any one of us can even fathom right now, including Will and Eric, by the way.
Probably right.
It all comes down to team. So wanted to provide those insights. Super happy you guys are finally making the rounds, and we're going to keep pushing Flourishing Capital out there so everybody comes to realize how amazing this project is.
Right. So before we let you go, Eric and Will, if someone wants to learn more about Flourishing Capital, where should they go?
Yeah, thanks. So we have a Telegram group. We invite everyone to join the community. And in fact, you can start getting benefits in that analysis right now. You can start looking up coins, seeing where the AI thinks it's going to go. Just search for Flourishing Capital. You can also find us at flourishingcapital.io on the web. So we hope you'll join the community if you're interested in predictive analytics, unbiased guidance, blockchain analysis, a great high performance API that profits in seconds, blockchain monitoring. And if you really need to set it and forget it on your portfolio rebalancing to just sort of take the emotion out of it, or if you just don't know what you're doing, join our community. I think you'll really like what you see there. There's some great people on board.
All right.
Sounds exciting. And they are our friends that are watching. They can find all the information about Flourishing Capital in the description of the video, along with the link to the giveaway that Ian was kind to give. And it's 200 Ferrum tokens. So
nice. I had no idea.
There you go.
Nice bump. I love that.
One thing before they jump off, we just announced within the Ferrum community that the snapshot, in order to participate in the private sale of Flourishing Capital, will take place on Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you have 25,000 Ferrum in your Unifier wallet by Monday 9 p.m. Eastern and 0.1 Ferrum X, you'll be able to participate in the private sale and get into this incredible project at a super low valuation, early round, no stress. It's an incredible opportunity. I would not miss out on that if I were you guys.
Sounds good.
Okay, thanks, Eric and Will.
Thank you very much for your time, and good luck.
Okay, our next guest coming on is the Chief Marketing Officer of NetVRk. Please welcome Dan Kennedy. Hello there, Dan.
Hey there, you guys. Good to see everybody.
Hey, Dan. How you doing?
Hi there.
Hey, Ian. Looking good as usual.
You as well.
Thank you.
So, Dan, the NetVRk
Yes.
network.
NetVRk, yeah.
NetVRk. So, virtual reality project. My first thought when I heard what you guys
like
were
imagine like
yeah, I was thinking Ready Player One. It's here. It's coming. All right. Please go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Virtual world.
Yeah, please introduce.
Sorry, there's a little bit of a lag, but yeah, it's a virtual world built on the blockchain, and we're very excited to show it to the public, and people will be able to create and mint assets using our marketplace, and explore and do whatever they want to do. That's the beauty of our open platform, and really excited to unveil it to everyone.
So what exactly is it? Is it hardware? Is it software? Is it a platform for people to make games on? What exactly are you building here?
Right, sure. So it's basically software. We're built on the Unreal Engine. So much like I'm sure you're familiar with the Decentraland, the Sandbox, Somnium Space, we're made in the same vein, and we're basically accessible via PC or VR headset, and we have future plans for mobile support as well.
Okay, so you mentioned Decentraland, so am I going to be able to buy and sell properties? Am I going
Correct.
to? So is it just that, or can I make let's say, can I make a game and someone can join my game, or what kind of things can we expect to be able to do?
Right, exactly. So I mean, in addition to NFT land ownership, of which there will be 10,000 parcels total, using our sandbox editor, users can create assets such as buildings or accessories or vehicles. And then what you can do is mint them as NFTs, which you can then either deploy onto your land or deploy it into, import it into the marketplace, in which and where you can sell it. So we really are focused on the play to earn model, allowing people to not only play and create, but also to generate income using our marketplace and various other streams. So yeah, I mean, you're able to do all the things you can do in platforms like Decentraland, explore and things like that, and you're actually able to do a lot more since we're utilizing the Unreal Engine, which allows us to do things that are more interactive and more engaging.
Is this really like intensive? What do I need to be able to access this whole new universe you're creating?
All you need is a computer, and if your computer is able to run Unreal Engine, our platform, so it's not that resource intensive. And if you have a VR headset, you can use that as well. Definitely helps with the immersion, and a lot of people are excited about that aspect as well. But yeah, anyone with a computer that can run most software today should be able to access our platform.
So you don't need a VR headset, right? You can just use your computer.
Correct.
Okay, that's nice. because it will give more access to. It will give access to more people actually to let's say buy land or buy assets in a VR world, right?
All right. So
Exactly. And we were
there's
looking to have as many users as possible and the widest user base as possible. So it only makes sense to allow everyone with a computer, to have access to it.
And give me an example of, because I have no idea, right, about virtual reality world. I have totally no idea. So how, let's say you have a virtual world in there, you have built a virtual world. How do you buy land and how the land price is determined, right? We have a lot of people watching that they have no idea. We both know that augment and virtual reality is going to be the next big thing when it comes, especially because I have my background is in marketing as well. I know that e-commerce is booming, so all the retailers are looking into having augmented reality for their products they won't sell. But yeah, I'm interested in about this bit.
Right. So your question is how to purchase the land, or?
Yeah, how do you purchase land? How the price is determined?
Right. So we'll be unveiling the full details very shortly along with Ferrum. We're doing a land pre-sale via Ferrum. And then once the pre-sale is over, of course, the next stage would be the public sale, which we'll be doing through OpenSea. So we'll be unveiling the whole price matrix on that. And obviously, those involved in the pre-sale will be getting land at a discount versus the public sale, much like with a token pre-sale. So there's definitely advantages to that. But yeah, everyone will be able to purchase land, and we're looking forward to our OpenSea premiere as well. So everyone will be able to purchase via auction, and yeah, we're really looking forward to that.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And Ian, would you like to share some thoughts? What was it that inspired you in NetVRk?
Yeah, well, it's so hard to capture everything that this platform is able to do just in words. You really have to watch the demo. They've built what is the most advanced VR metaverse, I think, within crypto, potentially without of crypto. Within crypto, it's leaps and bounds ahead of every other competitor out there. It doesn't even, these other ones don't even come close. When you look at graphics, when you talk about functionality, gameplay, the fact that you can actually build your own world or sort of within the world without any sort of prior technical experience at all. It's beyond anything we've seen from a VR standpoint. This is, by the way, this demo, which I highly encourage.
So this is the demo, right?
Yeah. This is real images from the game. I mean, you can make all these characters. You can import NFTs, like for instance, Ferrum has our own set of NFTs, mythical creatures, fantasy characters, and so on. We're able to import them into NetVRk. Hassle within the game. Shout out to Dan and his team. So that's the kind of thing that every project can come into NetVRk. They can have their own. You could have a Birb. You could have Birb land there. Right? And you could build a whole Birb Nest. Like, think about that, like a Birb Nest in a huge tree or something. And you guys all hang out. You have your avatars, you're hanging out, you're doing stuff, you're chatting about crypto, whatever. You can buy and sell stuff within the platform. It is so advanced, and the possibilities are just like, it's really, truly endless. I can't wait for this thing to launch. I think it's going to change really crypto and what we, the world of crypto and VR together. There's been nothing even come close to it. Look, you just watch this demo and it speaks for itself.
The initiative of building a Birb land, it's very attractive. I can say that.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it.
Our very own NetVRk.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's not just a place to play, right? You can you can meet your friends, you can work in there, and everyone's working from home nowadays. So instead of being cooped up, I guess you could, make work in any environment you want. Build your own office space. You want some prime real estate on the beachfront. Well, you can do it in VR, and you don't have to leave your home.
Exactly, and Ian really stated it beautifully. This is just the beginning, and we really have focused on not just the gaming aspect, but the e-commerce aspect as well as the education aspect. We recently launched the Eve project with VersaView, and VersaView is one of our partners that's going to be bringing education into the VR space. So we've been working with educational providers to bring different options into NetVRk, and we think it's really something that the space is needing, alternatives for education. Beyond Zoom, there's so much more you can do in this kind of platform versus a video conferencing software. So education is a big thing, and lots of really grand plans for that. And when it comes to e-commerce, really excited about that aspect as well. The vision is for people to be able to not only build buildings, as you're seeing on the screen, but to open their own storefronts. So if you wanted to sell NFTs or sell assets through your land in your store, you actually could do that. So basically giving a visual, an added depth to crypto as we know it. A lot of these projects, you can only really know them through a website and 2D images and text, and we're really looking to give that visual depth and interactivity to really help spread awareness about crypto and what the capabilities of it are, because I think we're just scratching the surface right now on it.
Yeah, and it's definitely very, very exciting space. So what is it? Can you tell us a few words about the expectations we should have? What is the roadmap that you have?
Right. So we just announced. Well, we finished our pre-sale with Ferrum, and we just announced a couple hours prior that we are having our pools IDO May 21st, and we'll also be announcing our IDO with Bondly for the same date, and of course we'll have our Uniswap listing on that date as well. So right after that, we'll be releasing our MVP, and then as it progresses, we should be releasing a more fully featured version within about 6 months. So we're moving very quickly on this.
And we have a very, very interesting, comment by Philip on the chat, and he says them about the new jobs that this space will create, and he says, how about real estate agent in VR, right? Crazy.
Exactly. 3% commissions, buying and selling.
Go.
I'd love to really. One partnership we're really excited about, I'll bring it up, is Singularity.net, headed by Dr. Ben Goertzel, world famous AI researcher. And I think a lot of people know about Sophia, the AI robot, the first AI robot that was granted citizenship. So we're working with them, and we really look forward to integrating AI into the platform. And as far as like the grand vision, I don't see why we can't be a city, a virtual city. So, having real estate agents inside of NetVRk and having all the things you would see in a real city inside of NetVRk would be, absolutely great. And we're really working to do something that's, hasn't been seen before and really has utility behind it.
It really reminds me of the movie Ready Player One by Steven Spielberg. I'm sure you have seen it.
Yeah, a lot of people make that comparison, and it's a good comparison. I think, as a whole, as a community, we're really headed to that. We're headed to that sooner than we think. So we're excited to be on the forefront of that.
One last question from the audience before we invite Hars from Eureka. Is this one? Are there ways for platform users to earn network tokens?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time?
Yeah. Are there ways for platform users to earn your tokens?
Okay. Yes, definitely. We'll be having treasure hunts as well as community events for users to be able to earn tokens. And there'll actually be companies within NetVRk that will reward users for doing certain tasks. So, of course, that'll be done on a per company basis. But that is something we're developing. And we also have an advertising system that people can earn by deploying advertising on their land, and then advertisers would pay for that promotion using the advertising system. So there's a lot of ways to earn inside of NetVRk, and of course you have actually creating the assets and minting those as NFTs, and then listing those for sale on the marketplace. So we have many different ways.
Got it. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
go
you
ahead,
for your time,
Dave.
Dan. And if people want to
Thank you,
learn
guys.
more about NetVRk, where should they go?
Yeah, feel free to check out our website, which is on the screen, NetVRk.co. And on there, we have our Telegram links, our Twitter links, and most of the news will come out on Telegram and Twitter. And you could find out about our upcoming IDO on pools as well as Bondly, and all the latest news.
All the best. I mean, success is a certain when you work with Ferrum. That's for sure.
Exactly. And a big shout out to Ian. He's helped us tremendously. There's really nobody better in this space when it comes to navigating the crypto world and just knowing the the details when it comes to launching. So many thanks to Ian and the team at Ferrum. I can't think of a better way to start our project than with them. They've really helped us immensely.
Awesome.
Pleasure. Our pleasure.
All right. Thanks, Dan. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
So, speaking about NFTs and NetVRk, right? There was recently this auction on an NFT by BK the Artist. NFTs by BK the Artist, right? And then what you can do is you can actually, instead of just having them in 2D form and just having them just a little square on your browser, right? You can actually, I believe, you can put them inside your the VR universe, right? Is that right, Ian?
Yeah, I mean, if you just take a second to use your imagination and what is possible with NetVRk, I mean, your mind becomes blown very quickly. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, you can import NFTs into the platform, which then would allow your character or avatar within NetVRk to interact with it in a 3D landscape. So, for instance, I'm thinking about, so we have the Ferrum Castle coming. By the way, we were assisting BK and his team, along with actually Harsh and Eureka and others, to launch or drop, I should say, the BK NFT. So we were a part of that. And imagine loading that within NetVRk, hanging it up on the Ferrum Castle, or within one of the walls of the Ferrum Castle, and then my character within NetVRk can go and look at it with my VR headset. Look at it, move it, book it, sell it, whatever within NetVRk. I mean, when you think about the possibilities that this platform presents, it's really mind blowing. So I think this is potentially $1 billion business, $1 billion company if they continue to execute the way that they have. I really think it's something that it could open people's eyes to the power of crypto and technology sort of coming together. I really think this represents the future. I'm super excited about it. I think hopefully your users are too. The IDO is on the 21st. Don't forget. Don't be there for it.
Right.
And we will cover this as well.
There's going to be a lot of, so with this virtual universe, right? So all these, we can have so many NFTs and all these assets are going to be in this virtual reality. One question that comes to mind is, how are you going to be, with all these NFTs popping up, everything's going to be digital. How are you going to be able to know what's real and what's not? How are you going to identify the scams? How are you going to be able to tell, what's authentic? I don't know. What do you think? And maybe our next guest, Harsh Khandelwal from Eureka, the CEO of Eureka, maybe he'll have some answers for us.
Thanks for that. Thanks for having me, guys. It's great to be here. It's going to be hard. The closing act, but I'll do my best. And Penguin, can I have you on every sales call? Because that was a good setup.
That was really good.
And welcome as well. And please accept our apologies for the delay. How can I say it? When you start talking about projects that Ferrum incubates, 1 hour is not enough, right? You can talk about projects that these guys are incubating, supporting for 2-3 hours straight. So apologies for the delay.
No problem. Ian's a rainmaker. He brings in great projects. What can we say? People love talking about them, and that's what we're here for.
Exactly. So this is. So tell us a few things about Eureka, and I'm pretty sure I'm very interested because I used to be a musician.
Okay.
And I know a lot about licensing your work. And I originally come from Greece, and there was recently, like 2 years ago, a big scandal about the organization that was managing the royalties, the rights, and they were getting all this money and they were sending them into offshores. And the musicians, artists just lost their money, right? So please tell us a bit about Eureka, the use cases, your product.
So you are a musician, and you know that the only thing that's going to save us as people are creators. Everything else divides us as people and all that. You guys create what binds us together, and you guys get ripped off, like you said. And so we're building a platform to fix that, to protect, manage, and monetize creative works. All creative works. We're talking music, videos, photos, digital art, physical art, websites, smart contracts. If you could create it, we want to be able to protect it and monetize it. And so that's that's at the heart of what we develop. But one interesting and exciting byproduct of that, and is a reason why a lot of celebrities, brands, and established creators are starting to approach us, is that one byproduct of what we do is we create a validated NFT for the source creative work when we protect it. That allows us to responsibly mint collectibles. So by responsibly minting, I'm saying that these collectibles we mint are backed by a real package of proof and the validated NFT that answer the questions of authorship, who created the work, ownership, who owns it, and originality, was it original or copied? And these are questions that not enough people are asking in the NFT space, but it's going to start happening more. And that's what we're here to bring trust. Part of what we do is bring trust into the NFT space. Other people can say it's an authentic NFT. We're the only ones who prove it and show it. And we've done it this weekend with Ferrum. And yeah, that exactly, the hands of time. Perfect. So, when you see the verified by Eureka, if you click that badge, you'll see that this is by no means a rubber stamp. We've done an exhaustive process on this piece to answer those important questions. Let's see what's going on here. But it all starts with the creator. So we do KYC on them. We get their ID. We get a sworn affidavit from them. We we then get whatever work document. So in this particular case, you'll see that, this is the Hands of Time. This is the original piece that BK did. That's a bit about BK, description of the work. We've verified that BK owns 100% of that work. The master NFT is an actual special validated NFT that represents his creative rights to the work. Here are some validators who worked on the originality searches. Here are the places that did it. I mean, these places have billions of images, and we were able to find some infringers, which we sent to him. And below that, you'll see that we got work process documents where BK was painting the actual piece. So when you actually purchase a Eureka minted NFT collectible, you get a full package of proof backing it. Above, you actually get the authorized smart contract address that BK himself authorized to mint. There's a contract address. If you go on OpenSea, you could confirm, because someone else can then set up an account, BK the Artiste, with an E at the end, and it's a different contract address. So you're getting a fake. And that's how we keep people safe. And that's why brands and established creators, celebs are coming to us, because they don't want their fans to get burned, like has happened with many NFT releases. And like I said, this is a byproduct of what we do. We really want to help protect and monetize creative work. And it just so happens we could bring trust into the NFT space. It's a useful byproduct.
Wow, that's really impressive. I mean, I've seen when NFTs were first getting popular, like a few months ago, I saw a lot of people just copy paste images that weren't theirs and sell them for huge sums of money, and then suddenly they get pulled, maybe because it's not theirs, right? And then the original artist comes in and complains, or maybe they never get pulled, and then the original artist never gets credit for it. So this is a really valuable service. So
yeah, and so just to add to that, so it's about obviously protecting the consumer, but ultimately the artist or the brand, it's protecting them too, because when their fans get burned, it affects their reputation, and so we're here to help both.
Right. Okay. So how is this better than just going to the, like you have here, the U.S. Copyright Office, right? I mean, there are existing legal avenues you can go to protect your copyrights. How is Eureka a better option for people working with in the digital world?
Yeah. So Herc mentioned, he's Greek heritage. We're actually engaging Cyprus, and countries like Cyprus, countries like England don't actually have a copyright registration system because you don't need one. There's a reciprocal agreement between almost 200 countries called the Berne Convention. And any member of that, they agree that you actually get copyright protection when you create the work and fix it in some form, like an MP3 or a Word document for a book. So getting copyright protection isn't difficult. Like, you automatically get it. Proving it is where the trick comes in. And that's where, if you actually go to the US copyright site, it actually says, we don't actually verify that you own it or created it, and we don't actually verify that it's original. They actually say that it's a piece of paper that says Penguin says this is his, right? And obviously we do that with the immutable record on Ethereum as a first step, but we go further with the validation, where we attempt to answer authorship, who created it, ownership, who owns it, and originality, is it original? And at the end, if it passes that process, then we mint the NFT that represents the creative rights. But as an artist, Herc, if you created music and you were in a lawsuit and the person didn't want to take it down or whatever, you had to go through court with an attorney, because ultimately it ends up in court. You'd have to scramble to prove it. With Eureka, as you create the work, you upload it, you protect it, and we're there. You have your package of proof ready to go. You can play offense with it. You can be like, hey, here's my proof on Eureka that, this is mine. Take it down or click this link and pay it. And if not, you have the package of proof you can hand off to an attorney and get it dealt with. So we're really about protecting, and then ultimately the protected content can be monetized as collectibles. It could be licensed. It could be put into DeFi smart contracts and borrowed against IP collateralization. A lot of useful things can happen once you're protected on the platform. And these are the use cases that we're going to explore this year.
You have your Eureka's protectors will seek out unauthorized use of creators' work. So what do you have like a team of secret agents out there just spying people and just are using their work?
Well, right now our secret agents are the validators, and we have a closed beta going on, and we're training validators and they're doing the validations. The next phase is to onboard and trade protectors who proactively do checks for infringement. Like we found at BK's a few infringers, and then report it. We'll have a dashboard. We can send out demand letters and a link to pay. So this is coming. It's just further down the road this year.
All right. So, okay. So if, let's say I'm an artist, I'm interested. How do I sign up and get all these benefits?
Yeah. So right now, we are in closed beta, which will end June 23rd, at which point we'll go public MVP. And at that point, any creator can come in. Right now, we're taking pre-registrations at Eureka.com, which is where our platform is. I know it's fragmented. There's the IO, which basically talks to token holders, and there's the .com, that's the actual platform. We're actually going to merge both of them in the next week or so. And you can go on Eureka.com, pre-register, and we have many people pre-registered already, and we'll start rolling it out at the end of this quarter.
Right. Cool. So I'm assuming how will the Eureka tokens fit into the picture there?
Yeah. So one of the things that we're about to we started demonstrating is utility. So we started simple staking with Ferrum that filled like in 24 hours or less. One pool filled in like 12 minutes. We're about to launch a marketplace, and that marketplace is going to offer Eureka exclusives where you can buy with fiat or crypto, and to be eligible, you need a minimum of 500 Eureka tokens. We also will pay the validators and protectors in Eureka tokens as well. So ongoing, there's this ecosystem and real utility for the Eureka token for collectors and investors, for the validators, for the protectors. And so there's going to be ongoing demand and utility for it, and we'll start demonstrating that very quickly.
All right. So it looks like we can NFT creators can look forward to signing up pretty soon.
And we have a comment here from a friend on the chat, and he actually confirms. He says, I'm on the beta as a creator, and it is super smooth. Cool things like a community feed, so you can see other work on the platform.
That's great to hear. And I'll tell you that validators are already earning Eureka tokens. We validated some of BK's work, the Vapor 95 drop. Hollywood, I don't know if you guys saw, but we did the world's first NFT for a musical score for a Hollywood movie. This movie has Terrence Howard. We validated the music for that movie. A lot of exciting things are happening. I mean, our advisory board is stacked, and we're about to announce one that's so big that it's taking 3 weeks for the group that he's a president of to approve the announcement. There's our team solid, the advisory board. We have closed beta going. We're about to launch a marketplace. A lot of exciting things are happening at Eureka, and we think people will start seeing the utility, which was the last piece, the utility for the token coming up quite soon.
Got it. Ian, how did you find Eureka? I mean, okay. The question is, how do you find all these amazing projects? Because I'm so sold, and I have here a comment by a friend, Philip, in the chat, and he says, so many good projects, so little money to invest.
I can't help him with that problem, although I would suggest that, look, it doesn't take a lot to get involved with these pre-sales. We have a lottery tier where you hold like 1,000 Ferrum, and I think half the times we did a lottery, we just gave everyone who was in that tier, we just gave them an allocation because, we got to spread the love sometimes. But look, we find these projects through all different means. Harsh actually was a Ferrum investor who reached out to me around this time last year, as a matter of fact, and he was just a random avatar on Telegram, and I think maybe some founders would have, oh, who's this annoying person asking me questions? No, the Ferrum way is to engage with the community, get to know our investors. Who'd have thought he would have become like this incredible founder building this amazing project? But it just goes to show you that you got to give everyone time of day, give everyone the respect they deserve. You never know where opportunities are going to come from. But no, I mean, we get people approaching us all the time, and a lot of the projects that we've launched actually came to us initially wanting the staking technology, which is one of our main lines of business. But no, the Harsh and Eureka story, it's going to be hard to top that one for sure.
Yeah, I mean, really, I was in Telegram. I'm a Ferrum holder. I'm still a big Ferrum holder. I believe in everything Ian does and touches. And I had a technical issue, and I went in their Telegram channel. And then Ian, the COO, personally was responding to me. I'm like, wow, who does this? And as I got to know him, we built a rapport and trust. And, I come from a real world business background. I've built several successful businesses in the past. And Ian brings specialized knowledge in the crypto space and the marketing aspect that based on the trust, I knew I would have to go with him, and he didn't disappoint, and he doesn't disappoint. Ian, anyone interested, any projects interested in coming in through Fast, just know that it's backed by Ian, and solid guy, solid team behind him, and you'll get good results like we did.
Yeah, and I really like the product because I've been there. I know how painful it is, and it will be a blessing to be able to, let's say, solidify your copyrights with no friction.
That's the ultimate goal. And if you zoom out, we're going to start with copyrights, but if you zoom out, we're going to get into industrial designs, patents, trademarks, all IP. And when we get there, we're going to offer collateralization of IP and other DeFi, things. It's going to be great. But you got to walk before you run. And I think considering TGE was a month ago, and we've done this BK drop, the Hollywood movie drop, lots more exciting stuff in the pipeline. It's pretty crazy what we're doing within 1 month of TGE.
Fantastic. So if someone wants to keep in touch with you, with any updates you have, how they can do that?
Twitter at Eureka_Inc. or Telegram at Eureka. And I just want to say for our Telegram channel, I wholeheartedly endorse Fogel for president. For those of you who don't know Fogel, go in the Telegram channel at Eureka and check Fogel out. He's the man. Just wanted to do that for the channel.
We have this comment already by Leonardo Viga.
Okay.
There you go.
Right, exactly.
When will Fogel be president?
It's up to Fogel. He's already president in my eyes.
Fogel.
All right.
All right. Okay. Thanks for that, Harsh. So go ahead and visit the Eureka website and Telegram if you want to stay connected.
Thank you very much. Take care, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for your time. And Ian, that was like an hour. And honestly, Ferrum is one of those organizations that have projects that are no-brainer when it comes to investing. Like high ROI, amazing people. I'm beyond words about what you have achieved, and you yourself, you are a machine. I don't know how you do it, but yeah.
I have a great team behind me, and these are great projects, right? I'm really proud of everything that they've all accomplished in such a short time. I think they'll all be here for many years to come. But we have many more projects in the pipeline. There's one we're about to announce next week is the next Ferrum incubator project.
Of course, you have to announce you have new projects, of course. You have a new project.
Just remember this word before we go. GameFi. GameFi. That's the hint for next week.
No more information?
Just the one word, GameFi.
Any other information about other projects you want to share about next week's? What plans Ferrum has?
So yeah, there's a lot going on with respect to actually our own core technology. A lot of people in the community were asking, because we're very focused on the pre-sales and the incubations, but that's mostly the marketing team. The dev team is always busy building behind the scenes, and so we have a number of really awesome products we're about to launch. One that's coming hopefully next week, if not the following. It's our multi-chain token bridge, which will I think be the most user-friendly and sort of valuable from a project standpoint token bridge out there. This is a token bridge that any project will be able to white label. So put on their website. That means their users won't have to go to some random project's web page or use a random project's bridge and trust that random project. They just go to the project that they like, the tokens that they hold. They go to their website and they can do a seamless swap between. It's going to be Binance Chain, Ethereum. We're going to add other chains as we go. The other really cool thing from the project standpoint is you can tack on little extra fees paid in your own native tokens, meaning you can have this source of utility and really revenue coming in. So from a project owner standpoint, this is super exciting technology as well. But we'll be rolling out for Ferrum. We're going to be, of course, accompanying this with big announcements around Binance Smart Chain, which is coming soon. So that's just one thing that's coming up. But there's a whole series of products that we have in the pipeline that are getting us to our long-term vision of an interoperable high-speed mainnet, which is still the core technology that Ferrum, we've been out for many years, but that's the core technology that we're going to be unveiling hopefully later this year, and we're building up to that with many more products coming up. The token bridge being one, and we have another surprise one coming after that, hopefully probably a month after. But then of course you still have the incubations. So every couple of weeks we announce a new incubation. You can get involved with those. I mean, some of these have done. I mean, God, Harsh and what they did at Eureka, and then reflected the token price 60x or something from our pre-sale price, just unbelievable. And I'm expecting fireworks from NetVRk and Flourishing Capital as well.
Yeah.
Right, just before we go, guys, man, look at this. Look at this, guys. All right. 6th, May 4th, May 4th, May 3rd, May 3rd. Oh, Jesus. Do you sleep? Do you guys sleep?
Well, it's not on my team. So we have, because we have various divisions, right? We have the staking division, and they handle all our staking clients. There's like 80 plus staking clients. They sign up for Ferrum staking. There's an announcement for that. We got the incubation sort of division of Ferrum, and they're making announcements related to snapshots and Flourishing Capital and NetVRk, all these projects. We've brought on a whole nother division called the growth strategy division. They're sort of a multi-faceted, multi-talented team. They've been stepping in, doing a lot of the marketing stuff, AMAs, partnerships, dealing with the influencer group that we have. So the Ferrum ecosystem is vast, and the team is just incredible. So I'm lucky in the sense that everyone gives me the credit because I'm the guy doing the interviews. But it's a team effort, and everyone on the Ferrum team is amazing. So just shout out to everybody. I want to thank you all. They're the thing that makes this whole engine go.
I know a few people from your team, and I can confirm this, especially for my friend Ivan.
Yes.
My friend from the Balkans.
That's it. Shout out to Ivan. I know you guys have. What I love is like, I just drop Ivan or Maddie or Dom or Taha, Nick, Nichelle. I just drop them in groups, and they just run with it. They just take. I don't even have to do anything. Like they just make things happen. So we're super fortunate to have an amazing team, and that's how you see all the progress that Ferrum's made. It's all credit to them.
Yeah, it's very important to have the right people, not the best people, the right people. And there is a question for you, Ian, and we can wrap up with this. Ian, you're so energetic. How many coffees you drink every day?
I just love what I do. I mean, you guys didn't know me back when I was a lawyer. I was not this excited or happy to go into work every day when I was doing corporate law in New York. I was pretty miserable, as a matter of fact. But I love what we do at Ferrum. I'm inspired every day to wake up. It doesn't even feel like work. That's why it's like everyone's like, "Oh, you work so hard." It doesn't feel like work. Look, we're hanging out. We're talking about the future of money and the future of really society with these amazing founders. What could be better? So no, I drink about 3 coffees a day. That does help.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, I think that's it from us. I don't know if you have any final words, Dave or Ian, before we go.
I want to thank you guys. The Birb Nest has supported us and believed in us well before many other people did. I remember I came on your show, in March or February of last year to talk about the Unifier wallet, which was the product that we were promoting at the time. And Ferrum was sitting at like a $1 million market cap. No one really cared. No one was paying attention. But you guys supported us, and so that's why we're loyal to you guys. We'll be working with the Birb Nest. As long as you guys are around, we'll be working with you guys. So I just want to thank you for believing us all those years ago.
We share the same feelings. Looking forward to the future.
All right, guys. So if you guys want to learn more about Ferrum, go to ferrum.network. Make sure to check out their Medium every 2 seconds for the next update. For those of you who missed the giveaway, just go head down to the link below. There's no secret code. Just the details are in the link in the video description below. So make sure you join that. And we also have our 14-day, we're having right now a 14-day free trading congress where you get 2 weeks free access to our exclusive Nest Club, and you also get to discuss all these new things we're talking about. We're teaching for these 2 weeks for this special event. We have the special sales. We're going to have some special activities. A lot of stuff happening on our end as well. So go ahead and join the link below, thebirbnest.com. Share our video if you liked it. Like, subscribe, so we can help educate more people. And we'll see you tomorrow, where we have some more live streams planned. All right, bye guys.
Thank you very much, Ian. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everybody. Bye.